Looks good. All right, everyone. Feet together, arms out. Attention. Bow on in. All right, everyone. I'm going to start off. Simple warm-up. Done this 1,000 times. 220 jumping jacks. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice. All right, everyone. I'm going to do some knee lifts. We'll try to get those knees up. All right, everyone? Hands up, get set. And 1, 2, going to 30. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, why is red belt acting like a goofball? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There we are. Dude, what are you doing, man? Come on. All right, everyone. Let's stretch out our shoulders. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. So shoulders up over your head, and up over your head, and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Let's go backwards, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. All right, everyone. All done for warm-up. Doing good. So we are going to move on. Just check if anyone's in the waiting room. Nope. Okay, cool. So, going to be going through all of our 6 counts because remember, this is going to be in your promotion because remember, the promotions are a little bit weird right now, doing things a bit different because of social distancing. We gotta make sure we know how to make our video if you want to submit in a video belt test. So what we're going to do is you're going to turn on the camera or have a parent, guardian, friend, sibling, a table with a camera on it to help you record. And then you're going to come on in. We're going to do everything that we're going to be doing today. You're going to be doing your 6 count drills. You're going to be doing your short stick, all of it that you know, and then we got AJ and Luciano in the waiting room. Then after your short stick, you're going to be doing all of the forms that you know. If you know point, square, 5-point, and a little bit of the cross, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to do point, square, 5-point, and a little bit of the cross. All right? So, everyone, we're going to start off going through everything slow and steady so that we all know what we're looking for. We're going to give some general notes. Everyone, ready position, get set. And H stance right. Try to keep those knees bent. 2. H stance left. Try to keep those hands up. Try not to let your hands droop or elbows drift out. 2. L stance right. Make sure your toe is bent out towards that wall. Good bent knees. 2. L stance left. Try to bend your knees. Try not to bend at your back. Okay? 2. N stance right. Try to make sure that heel doesn't come up too much. Try to make sure you have good bent knees and your heel is nice and low to the ground. 2. In stance left. Try to keep good bent knees. Try not to let your foot turn out. End stance. 2. Python right. Step out, turn your whole body. Get your elbow over as far as you can. 2. Python left, step out. Try to use your eyes. Remember, use your eyes, follow where your elbow is going. We don't just want to keep moving forward. We want to see what we're doing. Cat, right? Let's make sure it's a good cat. Try not to let all your weight come out. We should be 90, 10, 2. Cat stance left. Try to make sure both knees are bent. Try not to just let one be bent. Both knees bent. 2. Crane stance right. Drive your knee up and in. 1, 2, 3, and down. And crane left. Up. Try not to let your knee drift out. 1, 2, 3, and down. Nice. Right. Looking good, everyone. Didn't see any drooping hands. Saw some elbows kind of drifting out a little bit, but overall, it's looking good. Lay in that. We're advanced belts. We should be really good at that at this point. You guys are awesome. Looking good. Everyone, one that we learned fairly recently, stepping. Remember, stay loose, stay relaxed. Try to make sure we get from point A to point B nice and quick. Safely, of course. I don't want anyone tripping over anything in their house. And side step, right? Guys, try to keep those hands up. I'm seeing some hands coming down. It kind of looks like we're doing a dance move or something. What's up with this? Keep those hands up there. 1, 2. And side step left. Nice. That was good. Try not to let those arms drip. I'm seeing some hands drip still. 2. Everyone, back step right. Try not to let it turn into a cat. Good. Mobility-based. Shallow end. 2. And back step left. Nice. Try to keep those knees bent. Try to stay relaxed. That'll help you go quick. 2. And forward step right. Make sure both your feet are planted on the ground. We don't want to roll up on our toes or anything. Try to make sure we're good. Bent knees. 2. And forward step left. Try not to lean forward too much. We don't want to put too much of our weight forward on this one. Okay, everyone? 2. And drag step right. Try to turn 90 degrees. Yep, that's it. Lift and turn the walker best you can. And 2. And drag step left. Try to make sure in a good stance. Try not to let it swing out too far. Try not to let it swing out too low. Nice. Solid end stance. 2. And 1, just like in our warm-up. Back step right bar. Looking good. Back step left bar. Try not to drop the elbow. Try to raise the knee best you got, okay? Forward step right. Use those hips. Switch step. 2. Nice. Try not to hop. Forward step left and switch step. Nice. 2. Seeing some hands that are drooping a bit. Seeing a little bit of straight legs on a few of them after some of the steps. But overall, I'm generally liking what I'm seeing. Try to make sure those hands stay up. Try not to let them droop down or let your elbows splay out. Try to make sure your hands are up, protecting your face, okay? But overall, I'm pretty happy with that. But this is one of the ones we learned relatively recently. I mean, we have learned it before, but we've been relearning it a bit. We touched on this, I believe, in anti-bullying. Are there any questions on anything that we did in this newer drill? Anything? Nope. Awesome. Great. We're going to be moving on. Everyone, blocking drill. Good bent knees. Let's get going. Block and drill. Everybody, overhead block, right? Nice. Remember, every block is a strike. Overhead left. Nice. Turn and lean. Try to move your head out the way. Outside block right. Nice. Outside block left. Make sure it's head high. Try not to let it droop down. Nice and high. X and low block right. Remember, just like our hammer fist, lead with the elbow, let the arm swing out. Low left. Make sure that X is up nice and high. Try not to rest it on your chest or your belly. Open. Cross block right. Block left. Nice. Try to make sure it goes all the way across. Try not to let it droop. Make sure it goes all the way across. Don't just leave it here. And X, hook, right? Nice, use those shoulder muscles. Try to make sure it's up nice and high. Nice, and nice. We don't want to leave it down here. We're trapping an arm or a leg up here. X, and hook, left. Nice, don't forget to breathe and try to bend those knees, not your back, okay? And X, drop, sweep, right? Remember, try not to swing out, then back, try to just go straight across. And drop, sweep, left. Nice, so looking pretty good on those ones. Seeing a little bit of straight legs some of the time. Seeing a little bit of bending back instead of the knees. Try to make sure, good bent knees, good turning and leaning. But overall, pretty happy with what I'm seeing. At this point in the game, we gotta be thinking about the little things. Try not to forget about your legs just because we're doing arm work. You gotta think about our whole body. We're advanced belts, so we gotta be thinking about the big picture here. All right, everyone, let's do our punching from a cover. You guys are advanced enough, you guys can handle the cover and chamber, all right? Everyone, short punch right. Remember, it comes out and back. Short punch left. Don't forget your target zones. That one's belly and chest high. This next one's coming head high. Long punch right. We're gonna turn and lean. Try to get your head to move offline. Good bent knees. Cover, long, left. Nice. Try not to let your head drift past your knee. We don't want to be falling over. And uppercut right. Remember, it's a clearing uppercut. Make sure it goes up and down. It pops up over our head. Uppercut left. Nice. Use those legs. And hook right. Remember, bad guy's not right in front of you. He's not 2 inches from your face. Stretch that arm out, okay? Try to get that arm out, everyone. Hook left. Nice. And drop. Stick punch. Hit the back of your hand. And drop. Stick left. Try to make sure your elbow's a little bit bent. And draw punch right. And draw punch left. Nice. Everyone, looking pretty good on those. Make sure we're aware of our target zones. Make sure we know that we need to turn and lean. We got to make sure our whole body is doing what it needs to do. Try to keep nice, tight fists. And you don't have to be crazy tight with your fists like the whole time. But nice, tight fists. Try not to let anything drift out. Okay? Everyone, let's move on to our kicking. Let's get at this one. Hands up, get set. Gonna go. We aren't going to be doing a balance check one here because for your online test, for whenever you feel you're ready and you want to film yourself, we just want you to go light and easy with good technique. We don't need to go for 3 seconds, okay? We're just gonna go non-stop, all right? Hands up, get set, good bent knees. Check right, check left. Nice, remember the instep of the foot touches the knee. Front knee right, drive it up as high as you can. Use those hips. Front knee left. Turn, lift, across, nice. Try to get up high as you can. Roundhouse knee left. And front kick right. Remember, it's a front knee followed by a push of the foot. Front kick left. Try to work on range of motion. Try to get it as high as you can. Roundhouse kick right. Remember, control. Looking for good control. Roundhouse kick left. Side kick right. Come on, Luciano. Side kick left. Nice. Try to make sure your back is straight and good bent knees. That'll really help you out with your balance and your control, everyone. I mean, we're not perfect robots that were designed by engineers to throw crazy, awesome, perfect kicks. But so we're not going, so our back is going to lean over a little bit, but we don't want to be throwing our entire body over here, all right? Make sure you try to keep your knees nice and bent and your back as straight as you can. That'll help you out with your control and your balance, okay? All right, everyone, moving into some of the newer ones we did. We're gonna go for our elbows. 6 count elbow drill. Everyone, hands up, get set. I'm gonna get a little closer because the elbows are a little harder to see, a bit farther away. Everyone, hands up, get set. Seeing some hands down here. What's up with that? Come on. And cover an elbow right. Yeah, remember, try to brace your fist against your shoulder. Cover an elbow left. And left hand out. Hooking elbow right. Try to bring your elbow to your hand, not the other way around. Hooking elbow left. And sweeping elbow right. Remember, it comes down, does a small circle motion, goes out to the side. And sweeping elbow left. Nice. Turn the body, pivot up, make sure your hand comes across to the other side. Uppercut right. And uppercut left. Nice. Try not to drop and circle up. You just need to turn our body and throw our elbow. Nice. Everyone, remember that shoulder warm-up we did? Let's use that one. Diving hop right. Remember our target. We aren't going for the belly. We're going for high targets. Collarbone, nose, jawline. Want to get the bad guy away from us and then get to safety. Diving hop, left. Nice and high. Try not to let it droop down low. And rising hop, right? Remember, it's one motion. Down, then up. You want to break the grip, shoot back up. Diving hop, left. Nice, looking pretty good on those ones. Nice, seeing a little bit of leading with the hand on a few of them instead of the elbow, but well, it's looking pretty good. Since this is a newer one, are there any questions, any concerns about this drill? None? Zane has disappeared, so hopefully we find him one day. There he is. All right. Found him. Awesome. There he is. So, everyone, we're going to move on to our open hand striking drill. Open hand striking, all right? Remember, don't let your fingers splay out. Try to make sure your fingers and your thumb are all together. We don't want to accidentally get our fingers caught on anything like a bad guy's shirt or clothes. Like it can really hurt your fingers. Try to make sure fingers and thumb are together, okay? Nice deep stance. Cover and chamber with open hands. And long right. Remember here with the heel of the palm. Long left. Cover. And Z right. Fingers out to the side. Just like a short punch, comes out and back. Z left. Nice. Low right. Nice. Don't forget, good turns and leans. Low left. Cover. Hook right. Nice. Stretch it out. Try not to hit right in front of your face. Stretch that arm out a little bit. Cover. Hook left. Cover and raise. Downward right. Nice. Remember, we're hitting with the heel of the palm, not the ridge. And raise, downward, left. And cover, switch sides, distractor, rotate, elbow. Remember, the hand just shoots out from our cover, rotates over and grabs, elbow. Try to do it in one smooth motion. Let's try it on the left. One smooth motion. And distractor, elbow. 2. Nice. So, are there any questions on hand positions or any of our techniques, the practical uses of any of these? Anyone? Raise your hand if any. No? All right, awesome. Great to hear you guys are getting it. Awesome, that's what we want in an advanced class. Don't be afraid to speak up if you have a question, because better to know the answer. Okay? Everyone. Oh, I see a hand up. What is your question, young man?
Remember at elbow drill how one day you taught us the lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Elbow?
Yeah, we.
Right.
Right. So why aren't we doing the final 7, 8, 9 for the elbows? That's a good question. The main reason is, well, honestly, time, because in class we don't have a lot of time. We got to get through everything, and also for youth belts, the drills really only go up to 6 traditionally, so you don't necessarily need to learn the other ones. We did because you guys were awesome and you can handle it, and it is nice information to know, but it will not be on your test, but it is very useful. The lightning bolt and the shooting star, those are very useful attacks. They're very useful, especially in self-defense, and it's a very good question, but they aren't necessarily needed in your drill. I mean, Anush, who's testing for black, his drills are going up to 6 in his test, so he just needs to know the first 6 of the 8 drills that we taught. So, good question. It's mostly because of time and mostly because of youth belts, and we threw it at you during that month because we were a bit ahead of schedule, and we already learned the 6, so we threw it at you because you guys can handle it. Good question. Out of curiosity, do you remember those ones? Do you remember how to do them?
I think it's a little unclear in my mind.
Okay, so that's cool. Just real quick, we gotta move on to the hammer fist, but before that, remember, shooting star, lightning bolt, and staking elbow.
Yeah.
Yep. That was it. So, honestly, my favorite out of those is the shooting star, because that one is nice, it's fast, works in real close things. Oh, I see. Zane, I saw a hand. Were you just adjusting something on your computer, or were you having? Oh.
I was checking my computer.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure you didn't have any questions. Okay. So, everybody, we're looking good so far. We're asking some pretty cool questions. Pretty nice. Good, thoughtful questions. Nice. So, everyone, we're going to move on to our hammer. Now, I'm not really going to say a whole lot of notes for most of these. I'm not really going to stop as much because, honestly, the notes are pretty much the same. Like, this strike is repeated 4 times at different angles. So honestly, the same rules apply for an overwhelming majority of these. Point your elbow to where you're going to hammer fist. Keep a nice tight fist. Hit with the meaty bottom part of the hand right here. Make sure you keep your eyes on your target. Good bent knees, and turn your body to where it needs to be. Okay? Everyone, bend those knees. Hands up. Hammer fist drill. 6 counts. And forward hammer right. Forward hammer left. Side hammer right. Side hammer left. Now, turn. Look where you're hitting. Back hammer right. Turn. Back hammer left. We're not on the spinning hammer yet, Anush. Come on, let's make sure we don't leave anyone behind. Spinning hammer right. Spinning hammer left. X. Now remember, it's the same thing as count number 2, or count number 1 in sequence 2. Sorry about that. In the square. Turn lean, overhead left, low right. Then X. Do the same thing to the other side. overhead right, low left. Oh, Henry, I thought I saw your hand up. Did you have a question, bud? Yeah, no? No? Okay, sorry, I thought I saw your hand up. Right, then X, then turn to the left, overhead left, low right, then X, turn to the right, overhead right, and low left. 2. Nice. So, everyone looked pretty good on those, but are there any questions about the hammer fist drill that you guys have? No? Okay, okay. All right, awesome. So, that's what you would do in your test. I mean, of course, you wouldn't be stopping to ask the camera if they have any questions every time, but that's what you do. You would go through, you would make sure everything's done precisely and with good technique. Make sure we keep our hands up for stances and stepping. Make sure we have good bent knees for our drills. And we also want a bit of power in there. But after all of that, after you go through stances, stepping, blocking, punching, kicking, elbows, open hand, and hammer fist, then you're going to, with the camera still running, you're not gonna do an extra take or anything. We're going to go and grab your short stick, and then you're gonna start doing your short stick that you know. Now, since we're a pretty advanced class, we got like purples, browns, and reds here. We're going to be going through all of the short stick. Now we know. So, I mean, Anuj, you're going to have to do a little extra during your actual test, of course, because you know what you have. You have your test sheet. You're going to have to do like double chopping, both hands, double slicing. But for this class, for the folks who are going to be doing the online testing, we're doing two-handed, chopping right, chopping left, slicing right, and slicing left, okay? All right, everybody. Gonna get set. Oh, I'm gonna wait a little bit. Looks like some folks are grabbing some sticks. Nice, just went on Asia and Michelle. Now remember, for 11, 12, and 13, if you have the room, you feel free to include the half step on each one of those techniques. But if space is limited, you don't want to break anything, I don't blame you. Feel free to just do one step and just drop your weight and lock your stance into each one of those techniques, okay? Those are equally acceptable. It just depends on your space and what you feel is safest for where you're taking the test at. Adrian, Luciano look like they're still not back, but we are running a little low on time. So we can join back up. Oh, there they are, right on cue. Right, everyone. Get attention, two hands. Everyone present and curl. And begin. 1, 2, good bent knees. 3, 4, drop that weight. 5, 6, look where you're striking. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2, nice. Again, make sure good knee bends. We swap our stick the right way. Don't swap up here. Pull back to the middle and swap. It's a lot safer. We don't want to hand it over to the bad guy. Right. Looking good. Next up, chopping. Right foot forward. Stick on the right shoulder, everybody. Remember your angles. Remember to lead with the butt of the weapon. And 1, straight in. 2, straight in. 3, straight down. 4, straight down. Don't forget to breathe with your attacks. 5, down at a V. 6, down, make a V. 7, up, cross head high. 8, across head high. 9 at the knee. 10 at the knee, under your arm. 11, Go whip around. 12, 13. Nice, looking good, everyone. Looking good. And 1. Left hand, start with our left. Left foot forward, stick on your left shoulder, everybody. And 1, straight in. 2, straight in. 3, straight down. 4, straight down. 5, at an angle. 6, at an angle. 7, across. 8, across. 9, at the knee. 10, at the knee, under your arm. 11, straight up. 12, and 13. 2, and 1. Nice, looking pretty good on that one. Remember to, your knees bent, you can rock a little bit with each of the strikes, put a little bit of body weight into it, breathe, and that'll really help with the power of your strikes, okay? Now, moving into slicing. Remember, rotate the wrist over, rotate the wrist with the slices, and most of the slice comes from the turning of the body. Turning of the body, all right? Good bent knees, hands up, get set, and everybody down, across, 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 down, down, across, across, up, up, keep turning the body, across, across, straight down. Nice, looking pretty good. Try not to overswing. We don't want to start swinging behind us. Try to make sure the strikes are when at the bad guy in front of you. Rotate the body, turn and lean. Serpentine motion, everybody. Left hand. Let's get set. Let's get going. Bones looking good today. Looking nice. Everyone, stick on your shoulder. Make sure your left foot is forward. We don't want to accidentally smash our knee on accident with this, because that is a danger of it. And down, across, 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 down, down, across, across, up, up, across, across, straight down. Nice. One thing I'm saying, try to make sure to keep the other hand up for protection and safety if you're able. You don't want it to start drifting down here, and then the bad guy starts thinking we're hungry and our stomach's cramping up in the middle of defending ourselves. Like, yeah, hand up. It's safer up here than down here. Right? So, everyone, the short stick's looking quite nice. Our drills are looking quite nice. And after doing all of those, all of the ones that you need to do for your online test, after that, you would, of course, put the short stick away, and then you would start doing all of the aka or forms that you know. Now, as I said before, it's the forms that you know. So if you only know, if you know point, square, 5-point, cross, and like a little bit of the T, then that's what we want to see. We want to see point, square, 5-point, cross, and a little bit of the T, just whatever you know. Okay? So, number one. Does anybody have any questions, or does anybody want to run through anything specific that you guys think you might need extra work on? Like, you want to run through the 6-count drills? You want to run through our newer drills that we learned? Do you want to keep working with the short stick? What do you guys think you need work on? I'm going to go through some of you guys. I saw Ashwin raise his hand. What do you think you need work on, dude?
Like I need to work on my 5-point form.
You want to do your 5-point? Okay. You want to do 5-point? All right. Does anyone else feel like they need work on anything specific? Because we still have 10 minutes. We can, what I'm thinking we can do is I want you guys to practice on your own a form, and then I want you to try doing it best you can in front of the camera, and I'll tell you how you're doing. Sound good? Oh, it looks like we have a question from the Reyes brothers. Question, dude?
I think we need to work on the ground up form.
All right,
The T.
Want to work on the T? Okay. Go ahead and work on the T. So that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. I want you guys practicing your forms for a bit. We still have a good solid 10 minutes. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to rotate around the the little windows here, and I would like to see what you specifically want to work on, and I'll give you some notes, things that you're doing well at, things that I think you might be able to improve at, spots to focus on in your training, okay? Right. Oh, I have a question, Asher?
Like, I have no experience with the 5-point forms. Like, I've done it just like 3 times. Then,
Okay.
like, that's it.
Okay, well, if you really don't know any of the 5-point form, then you don't really need to worry about it, because remember, it's what you know currently. So if you really don't know anything of the 5-point yet, don't worry about it for right now, because the new drills we've added are a total of 48 counts, if you count both right and left side, because there are 6 counts. There's 4 new ones. That's 24, and then on each side, that's 48. So that's a whole lot of them. So do you have any questions specifically on the any of the newer drills? Any concerns about those, or how are you doing on those?
Like, I'm doing good.
Doing good on that? Okay. Yeah, so I would like you to decide what you would like to practice and show me, because we're running through time. I would like to go through and make sure everyone gets a chance to show something off, okay? So any brave volunteer want to show what they got first? Oh, see the Reyes brothers here, right? All right, I would like to see your T form as much as you know, best you got, okay?
Are we done?
Yep, bow in, it's set. And as much of the T as you know. 1, 2, 3, 5, yep. 1, yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So, guys, try not to forget your side kick on that one.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, try not to forget that side kick. But, yep, there we are, side kick. Side kick, step, turn, and then the rest of your moves. You guys know the rest. Yep. Try to make sure those kicks are up nice and high, and they're nice and clear, okay? Good. Try not to forget those kicks. You're getting it's looking pretty solid right now. Just make sure those moves are there, solid, clear, locking with those techniques. Doing good. Keep on practicing. All right. Henry, looks like you want to go up next. What do you want to show me, bud?
Cross.
Cross, all right. Go right ahead. Whenever you are ready. Mm-hmm. So, nice. Notes that I really like about that, you know this form very well at this point. There was no hesitation between any of those techniques. That was good. So, your eyes were on target the whole time. I didn't see any like distractibility or anything there. That was really solid. That was good. So, one thing that I find noticeably lacking a little bit in the form is a little bit, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of shifting of the weight. You get into these good stances, and then you throw the blocks, but I'm not really seeing any shifting of the weight, turning and leaning. So I think if you focus on your stance and turn and lean, yep, there we are. Now it's better. Make sure we move our head. Keep on moving. Nice. Now more solid. Nice. More like that. That was awesome. Keep practicing just like that. Oh, Menet, what do you want to show, buddy?
I want them to the 5-point flag, 1 5-point, and 1 time at the top. You can do this way.
Okay, so How much do you remember of the 5-point? Do you remember like the first 3 moves, the first 2 moves, 5 moves?
I don't remember anything.
Don't remember anything? Okay. Well, how about I show you like the first 2 moves and let's see if how much you remember from that. Okay, let's see. Let's try to remind you a little bit. So, okay, so we bow in, get set. Gonna step out, left, cross block, left. Outside, and punch. Remember what comes next? Anything? No? Okay. Well, remember, for the online test, you don't necessarily have to know everything. We're sort of substituting the 6-count drills as the requirement for the next belt, but I want you to try and do it if you can. So after you punch, remember, high and low, kick. Step back to where we were and cross block, okay? So let's try to do that one more time, okay? Let's try to do just those few moves, okay? Up cross. 1, 2. Kick, 3. Step out, back to where we started, 4. Okay? Nice, looking good. Just try to remember best you can, bud. Remember, for this belt, it's because of how weird things are with the quarantine right now, it's all about what you know right now, plus the extra drills we learned, okay, buddy? All right. Zane, you're sitting there kind of looking bored. What do you want to show me, buddy?
It does have to be a form.
Could be a drill if you'd like.
I was going to do a stick.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to do my right-handed slicing.
All right, sounds good. Nice. So that's looking good. One thing I noticed, try to make sure you turn with the body a little more, because one thing I'm seeing is sometimes your stick is coming out, it's a little drooping a bit or coming out slightly up, and usually that happens when we're using our arm a little bit more than our body. So try to make sure you try to exaggerate it for a little bit, try to make sure you're doing real good turns, and I think that'll help you out. A little bit wider stance might help with the turning and leaning, but overall, slices look good. I think just a little bit more turn with the body in there, and that'll really help you out, okay? Looking good. Ashwin, what do you want to show me real quick? We're starting to run out of time. What do you want to show?
Like honestly, the two-handed
Short stick?
sticks.
Okay, go right ahead. All right, nice. So that was looking pretty good. Try to make sure you breathe with your strikes. It kind of seems like you're holding your breath a little bit. Try to make sure we want to engage our muscles. We want to lock our muscles. Make sure we drive that kinetic energy into the bad guy at the moment of impact, okay? There we go. Breathe with the strikes. Yep. Looking good. Gotta make sure we breathe and start adding power to that. All right? And almost done running run out of time real quick. Anuj, what do you want to show me, bud? You want to do your 2-weapon chopping or 2-weapon slicing real quick, or what do you want to do? Because we're running out of time, so we're a bit over time right now, actually. So, what do you want to show me?
2 hands.
2-handed? All right. All right, go right ahead. Right. So, you know these quite well. No hesitations whatsoever on that. That was nice. But trying to make sure you're dropping your weight, you're breathing. Now, admittedly, webcam mics and everything, computer mic, they're not exactly that great, so it might not have caught all the breathing you did. I don't know, because, but if there's repeating, make sure good breathing, and make sure you drop your weight into your strikes. We don't want to knock ourselves over because I'm going to try to make sure to drop that weight, okay? But everyone, happy with the progress that we made? I'm glad that we were able to do all this practice. Remember, you can film yourself doing those videos whenever you feel you're ready, okay? Everyone, feet together, arms out. Attention. Bow on out, everybody. Excellent, everybody, class dismissed. Bye, everybody. Good luck in your training.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Bye. And goodbye to everyone on oneworldma.com.